Hi Year 12, this is the video to help you through the third dot point of Critical Question 3, which is environmental considerations. You need to have your booklet with you so that you can work through the information. At any point, pause, stop the video, come back, whatever. It's always going to be here on Google Classrooms and you can access it at any time. I will quickly show you. This is our Google Classroom, and a couple of things for those that weren't able to catch up on Thursday is I'm posting every time that we have a lesson. I'm posting an attendance thing. It's basically a role for me. You need to click on this and you need to just click one of the multiple choice answers. I'm the only one that can see it, but it's just for me to keep a role and keep track of everyone. The second new thing in Google Classrooms is here is a link for our conferences. Now, again, I'm going to give it a crack and try our Google Meet because it will be all here in one spot. Not right now, but I'm going to try it again. If you click on it, it won't be valid. It will only be available when I've opened the conference, and I will let you know exactly the times that occurs. You also have to be signed into your Google account as your department, so at your education email. So if you're using another email, it's not going to work for you. All right, easy way in Google Classroom, click on classwork. At the moment, this one here is in draft phase. So you won't be able to see it, and it's scheduled to be put up on Monday. So on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, you'll be able to see this. I can see it now, and it will have the instructions, it will have this video, and it will have the documents and any other videos that I want you to watch, and I'll go through those with you during this video. So let's start. Have your booklet. What I would like you to do is I want you to read this information. It's 4 ways that the body can maintain temperature or regulate your temperature. We need to stay between 36 and 38 degrees, so sometimes we might get too hot, so your body has to lose heat. Sometimes we get cold and your body has to try and keep heat in. And there are 4 ways: convection, radiation, conduction and evaporation, and it gives you an explanation of how our body does that. So you pause the video and I want you to read through it now. Okay, welcome back from reading that information in your book. What I would like you to do is I want you to jump onto Google Classrooms. Should be able to see it. And again, pause the video, and then I want you to watch temperature regulation and temperature homeostasis. This one goes through the 4 ways that we can thermoregulate, and this one is a little bit more detailed. So actually you can do either or. You can watch this one or that one. They pretty much have the same information. This one just has more detail, so it's really up to you. I'm sure most of you probably watch both because you just can't help yourselves. So pause the video, watch those 2 videos. Hopefully you're able to do that. You can also stop this video and start it again, and watch those 2, watch either one of those videos, please. Okay, so let's continue on. Next page here. From the videos, hopefully you learned a little bit about what heat balance means. You can write in the definition there. Just shows you here the ways that we lose heat through those 4 ways, how we regulate our internal body through vasoconstriction and vasodilation, and this is all controlled by our brain and that beautiful little organ, the hypothalamus. And it releases hormones. So those are the things you need to understand, the 4 methods that the body uses to lose heat. What you need to do, so complete that stuff in your book, going back to Google Classrooms, and there is, if you click on that, which I've already done for you, but if you click on that, you will see there is a table. I want you to describe the mechanisms, so convection, conduction, evaporation and radiation. Explain the strategies athletes can employ to help support the body's mechanism. So what things can an athlete do to support evaporation of heat from the body, or evaporation? So that might actually include, an example could be standing in front of a fan, and the fan would actually help to blow cool air onto the body. When that sweat is on the skin, that wind will help to evaporate the sweat, and that sweat then takes away the heat from the body. So that's an explanation of a body mechanisms. And the effectiveness, you need to write, because unfortunately in the HSC and in your syllabus it asks you how effective it is. So you need to provide some information there of an effectiveness. So remember, it's a judgment. You need to place a value. I've put up here, use pdhp.net to help you fill out those parts of the table and see how you go. Okay, next part. So on your booklet, environmental considerations, this is climatic conditions. So these are things within the climate that we have to consider in terms of safe participation. It's all about safe participation here. So when we think about conditions, we think about temperature, we think about humidity, wind, rain and altitude pollution. Now, what's really important and from the syllabus is that you guys have to think in particular, how does humidity and heat have an impact on safe participation, and how does wind and cold also affect safe participation? So you need to know all these things, but in particular, those are the two things. And I have put up a sheet for you to work on. So what I want you to do is I want you to read again the next couple of pages, pause the video, read the next couple of pages of information, and then I also then want you to go to Google Class. So firstly, read those pages and come back, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Okay, welcome back. Back in your little environmental considerations information on Google Classrooms, I want you to watch the videos on altitude, pollution and temperature. So this is extreme cold. What you also, I think we've also watched, was that video on the 2 marathon runners struggling in the heat. There are plenty of videos out there about heat as well, but I thought most of you understand the temperature, the increase in heat, and we talked about the heat policy and when athletes, participate in hot, humid conditions, the impact. So I put these videos up to help you. Now, in your syllabus, it's analyse the impact of climatic conditions on safe sports participation. So again, make sure you're looking at your syllabus too. So what is the impact of these conditions on safe sports participation? And what I've asked you to do here in this Google Doc, so once you've watched these videos, read your information, I want you to look at this Google Doc. There's basically a few. There's the table in your booklet that I'd like you to fill out. So, turn your head around, or I can flip it. There you go. Climatic conditions are down there. Strategies to maintain body temperature. So what things can the athlete do in heat to maintain body temperature? So we probably use, wear loose clothing, maybe wear an ice vest. What would they do in cold? Wear layered clothing, etc. Do that. And then reason why these are effective in maintaining body temperature. So that's that one in your booklet. However, I've also done in your Google Drive, wrong one. In your Google Drive, so click on the document and it should come up, and there's 2 more tables. Now I've started this table. Heat, these are the climatic conditions. up the top, in what way does it impact safe sports participation? So I've just picked rain. Can make surfaces slippery, reduces visibility. So if I'm riding along on my push bike and the rain's coming down, it's going to affect my ability to keep my eyes open. It could also affect my ability to see out in front. So points there. And then how does it impact safe sports participation? So this is the ways it does, and this how it does. So I've just said if surfaces become slippery, then it increases the chance of falling over or slipping. If you are a cyclist riding on a slippery road surface, then this reduces the friction between the tyre and the road. Going around a corner could easily cause the tyre to slide, causing the cyclist to lose control. This can lead to serious injuries such as a broken collarbone or clavicle or shoulder. So I've said show the cause and effect and use an example from a sport. Another one could be rugby league. You've seen it on TV when it's really slippery and wet. They're running along, they go to change direction, they slip. As they slip, because they're going down and they're out of control, their head might hit an athlete's knee, or they might, land awkwardly. This is what you need to do for all these climatic conditions. The last table here is what I was talking about earlier about knowing and understanding about heat and humidity and cold and wind. So the combination, how does the combination of these climatic conditions increase the likelihood of hyper and hypothermia? And I've put them there. So you need to write a little explanation of both of those conditions together and why it is causes an increase in hypothermia or increase in heat in the body, and that links to that safe participation. So they're the things, so those tables there, they're the documents that you need to complete, and you don't need to upload them because they automatically will be available to me in Google Classrooms or Google Docs, so I will see the work. But when it is available, you'll see that all in that feed. That is all I want you to do basically for the climatic conditions, and that should take you. There's more in your book. There's more information to read. Sorry, I forgot that. Just read through it up until that point. And that should take you up to the next few days, probably the next at least half a week. And I will put up another video on fluid guidelines and bandaging to finish off our week. So take care. If you've got any questions, always remember you can email me. I check it regularly, and good luck.